good morning. I just realized the backdrop is like loopy on the other side, but that's okay. This is falling down. This has been meaning to come down for a while, so we're just going to take it down. Okay. It's a day. Good morning.
Good morning.
We have lots of books this time because I've made a recent foray.
More next week.
Yeah, I've got a...
Because I've just got
bookstore run
mail messages that say that the things I ordered last week are here today, but they'll be here at 11:30 or thereabouts. So I'll have those to talk about the next few weeks. So
pull my chat up here.
Yay, fun.
Yay. And we recently did Issa and I did a trip up to Cincinnati area, Covington, Kentucky, actually, and went to Hierophany and Hedge. We're going to be putting some stuff in there, Two Crows stuff, like journals and that kind of thing. Excuse me. And I haven't had coffee yet. So, post alley. But we went up there, and they're already carrying my sigils book, which was exciting. And we picked up a couple of things, which I will share with you next week. And he has one that Augur had, the owner had suggested that I got him. I will let you go ahead and do yours first.
Okay. I wasn't prepared for that.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to. So the other thing we did was Val and I were in, or actually no, it was Issa and I on the way back from Cincinnati. We went to Barnes & Noble briefly and sat and got a drink and chilled out, looked around the bookstore. She realized that she has definitely become a used bookstore girl. Ironically, which I'll explain why it's ironic here in a minute, that she didn't get the same vibe from Barnes that we used to, which was a thing. Good morning! Yes. If you come for my birthday in November, the train and everything, you need to go with us because it's amazing.
And the food is awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah, because we
wonderful.
went up to Hofbrauhaus.
Oh,
the
for
German
that,
restaurant.
I was talking about the train.
Oh, the train, yes. Yeah, the train is excellent.
But yes, the food in Cincinnati was awesome as well. And I had it as leftovers, and it was still very tasty. So
because he didn't go.
That should say something. Oh, I didn't go that time either.
Yeah.
So
But he's like, yep. So I picked up 2 books in particular. I've been, as you know, I've been wanting to write short for a long time, and writing shorter is really, really hard for me. I can write novel-length fiction, but writing short, unless it's like haiku or poetry, and even then poetry, I have to kind of be in the mood to do, but I want to do more of it because I started out writing poetry. And so I picked up this book, Create a Story, and I liked this because of the fact that, yes, it's got prompts, but it has a word list on the bottom. And the word list inspired me more than the suggestion.
The idea.
But having, like this one's the demon who's afraid of you. Use these words in your story. Satan, angel, hell, punishment, shadow, insignificant, fire, whimper, haunt, negotiate, timid, reluctant, conscience, small, and conjure. So it just, having the word list gets me going. So that's the big one. And they had this one too. So create a poem, and it's the same thing where it's got a prompt, and then it has the word list on the bottom. So I really like both these. They're from Chartwell Books. They're nicely made. They're pretty heavy duty, and I'm definitely going to be using this one because I have signed up for Lex Pomo, which is Lexington Poetry Month. So the month of June, you challenge yourself to write a poem a week or a poem every day, and then they publish them in a anthology. So my girlfriend Tabitha has done it for several years, and she asked if I was doing it this year, and I just went ahead and went over and signed up for it because I'd gotten this. So apparently this is why, because I'd forgotten all about it. And I actually have had one of my poems put in one of the past issues. So, and they actually do a selection process. So not everybody makes it in, and not everybody gets stuff selected. Almost like we did with you when you were writing the story, when you gave the 5 words each stream. Yes. So I'm thinking for June, for Lexington Poetry Month, I might do Wordy Wednesdays in the morning, because I'll have the computer back, but I'll do gaming that night, and I really think writing on Wednesday mornings is going to be my thing again, for June at least. So we'll see. The one that I've actually been reading for a while, and every once in a while I'll pick up a book on writing, even if it's something I may not subscribe to the whole idea about it. I'm usually able to glean different things. So this one I wanted to pick up for a while, How to Write a Movie in 21 Days, the inner movie method. And I've actually had fun with this and have been making notes here and there, and it's gotten me inspired to do some things, because I'm trying to do my rewrites for Stalemate and work on my other novel, and work on the Twitch one, because I need to get writing on that one again, to fill in gaps and stuff, and replace words, because we had some crazy words in that for the Wordy Wednesday one that I did on Twitch. But this has turned out to be a good book, and it's an easy read. So it's pretty cool. Technically, yeah, I know people that write multiple scripts within, they do short plays that take them a week, or short movies, or not short movies, but movies that take them about 30 days. So if you know what you're doing and you know your arc, and, script writing is way different than writing a novel. So just because there's different, like there's a formula for it, and it's just, once you know the formula, it's just plugging in.
I would think short stories would be very similar. Yeah,
writing short though is really hard for me though. But we also reconnected with my friend Glinda, who teaches writing short, and so I'm gonna hook up with her, and she's gonna school me on the tips and tricks and stuff on how to do it. And game-wise, I finally got a copy of these. I finally got this Bananagrams. So it's kind of like Scrabble, only you divvy out. We kind of did house rules. We didn't do the whole gamut of rules, but it's. And I left it in a Ziploc bag in case this gives away. I don't want letter tiles everywhere. But it works out to where if there's 2 people, you get 21 each for 2 rounds and 30 for the last round. And we both actually had fun. And he usually is doesn't want to play Scrabble with me. But this is, see how many words you can make with those tiles, and then you go through and score based on the letter count. The vowels are worth the most, but it's a really fast game. It's a really fun game. I want to play this all the time now.
It forces you to be fast.
Yeah.
They have you flip all the tiles over once they're in front of you, and then you're making.
And I set like
words,
a 5-minute timer.
Words in a grid in front of you, kind of like you would if you were
playing crossword,
playing upwards or Scrabble. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the words are across and down, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm bringing this to board game night next week.
Yeah, I would.
Because you can actually play with 7 to 8 players.
Timer if that's an issue.
Yeah.
So Just give them 15, 20 minutes instead
Yeah,
of
we have a
5.
we have a friend
or
that
whatever.
is
Yeah.
autistic and has difficulty with the timer, so we can actually play it without.
It's that
Without
that
that.
sense of feeling rushed, and then
Yeah.
it's startling you when the timer goes off.
Yeah,
when you're trying to
because we were playing
focus.
Scattergories, and we actually had a
Yeah.
really good time with it. But
I get it to a degree.
The timer was really startling for everybody. I think, not just them. But
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't read this book. I have all 10 of them. I've read the first one, but I've been reading other things. I've been reading science fiction. This is fantasy, like pure fantasy, like medieval-y kind of fantasy with wizards and sorcerers and things. This is the third book in Stephen Erickson's series of 10 novels. This is Memories of Ice. The first book focuses on these characters that are in this book. This book develops the plot for the alliance made between a couple of factions of the bad guys, and then, but the second book took you away from Whiskey Jack's crew, the main characters of this book and the first book. So when you read the first book, you get this introduction to all these characters, and you're like, okay, how do I keep these straight in my head? The second book,
that's why I don't read fantasy.
It doesn't even touch on those characters at all. It's like you're reading Game of Thrones, and it's not using the same viewpoint characters.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly, book 3, we come back to those characters again, the ones you were familiar with from book 1. So, but Memories of Ice is the third book in that series. Dead House Gates was the second one. I reviewed that one and the one before it, the one with the big dark tower on the cover, kind of shrouded in green. So that's Stephen Erickson. There's 10 books in this series, and they keep getting larger. So if you like to read a lot, that has plenty.
I just realized who did the cover for that. It's Edward Gorey.
Edward Gorey, yep.
That's funny.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
This book is one I picked up along with the biography of Vlad Tepes, Vlad the Impaler.
He's a Dracula nut.
And
big time. Bram Stoker.
Is In Search of Dracula. It's written by the same two authors, McNally and Florescu, who is Romanian, if I recall. So In Search of Dracula takes a look at the films and how Hollywood has portrayed this Dracula character compared to the way vampires are in like Romanian myth.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Yeah, he got all excited about it when he get this. They're professors at Boston College, where they teach courses on Dracula, the history of horror in literature and film, and mm-hmm. Russian and Eastern European history. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Edward Gorey
on the cover there
did the art.
Yeah.
I know Edward Gorey. I have a book on Edward Gorey. But I love it. The one I open up to is like Sesame Street and Count Chocula.
Exactly. That's exactly. Yeah. It takes a look at, vampires in popular culture, at least up to when this book was written anyway. Yeah. That book was written a while ago, so you wouldn't see things like Twilight and other things.
Yeah, I know.
But prior to that, though, you're looking at,
very young Keanu Reeves and Gary Oldman in the one Dracula.
The one Dracula movie, yeah. It looks at, the cereals that have been on the market shelves, things like that. Yeah, it does all of that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, one note about the Dracula movie with Gary Oldman, the beginning sequence that had all the archers, all the bows and arrows. Mm-hmm. Those bows were actually made by Yumi, and I had met Yumi at Penzic, which is the 2-week war that they have with the SCA, with the medieval group, in the fall.
It's up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. It's on a farm. They literally get city status during that time when they're doing the event, and they have a farm store on the farm that has probably the best chocolate milk I've ever had in my life, and homemade cinnamon rolls. So that farm store is like you know, for the 2 weeks, and they have a little mini grocery store and everything set up for us, and it's just really cool. But it's basically, you know, back then, paid $150 to camp for 2 weeks and hang out with 15,000 of your best friends. It's crazy. It's crazy. I actually worked a tavern for $10 an hour. You know, mid-90s.
In the mid-90s.
And you know,
I can tell you what I was making.
So you could show up at Penzic with zero money left in your pocket. There were people that got there and their car died a mile from Penzic.
Yeah.
And people had to pull their car in with all their gear, and they would work the tavern and make money to go home. So it was just, you know, it was crazy. Or they'd vend and sell stuff. But Yumi was set up there the one time I went to Penzic, and I actually got a 62-inch black recurve bow from him. 35-pound pull, $35 a pound, or $1 a pound, $35 for the bow. Unfortunately, a guy that I was dating later on ended up pawning it, but anyway, so I need to get another bow. I really want one. But you Ren, the Bob Barker girl that never was. Sounds like it was a great day, yeah. But definitely. But the bow, I need to get another one. And I actually had somebody recently show me a black fiberglass bow that's a recurve that was like $40, and it was like a 25-pound pull at some place up in Lexington, and I'm like, I'm going to check it out.
Huh.
So, so next time we're in Lexington, I want to go by there. But, so yeah, the Yumi bow. The reason this stuff was ironic, and Issa had found out that she just wasn't into Barnes and Noble anymore, that she's more of a used bookstore girl, because we have half price books in 2 locations. Just got a
job in
That's quit blowing my punchline.
It has
that's what I was getting to.
It.
No, that's what I was getting at. The reason it was ironic is because Issa just got a job in a new bookstore that's opening up here.
What?
Anyway, so
what?
Do that to me all the time.
Do not.
But so she got 2 jobs. So she's working at a place that's associated with the college, and is going to be doing art retail. So she's really excited about that. And then the same person that runs that owns the new bookstore that's going in, and it's literally walk out one door, walk across the hall, the sidewalk, and walk into the other. They're practically the same building. So
they're literally like, here's a building, and then behind it, here's the other building.
Yeah.
You walk out the front door of one and walk around and the front door of the other one. Yeah.
This is Val to the rescue. Nope, line stealer.
Whatever. Yeah, okay.
But anyway, so she's got the two jobs. So she's have like an hour in between shifts or whatever, and she'll work one place in the morning or afternoon, and then the next one after that. So she's super excited. And she's got some big things coming up. Also, the game store, I'll have to post photos of it, but Bad Wolf Gaming, on the 3rd Saturday of every month, we're going to be doing, from 1 to 5, we're doing Live at the Wolf. And it's going to be live art that Issa and I are both doing magic, or not magic cards, but magic item cards, D&D commissions for magic item cards. And we're also going to be doing, or she's going to be doing, character portraits. So we'll be doing that every 3rd Saturday from 1 to 5. And then they have a gigantic Tiamat model. Like, the one wing is like a 10-inch wingspan. Just one wing.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
He's easily 15
huge.
Inches tall.
He's huge.
It's enormous.
And they're going to let her paint him.
Sits on the table this tall.
Yeah, so they're going to actually, take care of her, maybe store credit or something, and she gets to paint the whole thing. And then if they ever decide to sell it, she's going to get a percentage. So it's pretty cool. So she's got that coming. Working on some more book stuff, and
I've got a bunch of Roger Zelazny for the weeks upcoming.
yeah. So we have some new books for next week, and I have some Hierophany and Hedge stuff, which we had tea at Hierophany and Hedge. It was a little adventure. She had made homemade apple muffins that were really good, and their back room is a reconstructed hall from a vintage building that was torn down. And the more we got to talk to them, and the more the owners are Auger and Coyle are their personas, and she does theater. I'm hoping we'll get up to go see her. She's doing one in early June, so I have to see how that works out with the birthday weekend. But they are my Gustav and Amelia from Stalemate. It's literally what they do, or what they did, is go around and travel and estate sales and, curate stuff for clients and museum kind of stuff. And it's just like, I'm looking at Issa going, they're Gustav and Amelia. This is so crazy. And I already have them written in their personalities and everything, and they kind of almost match up. But I'm gonna see about letting the two of them actually do advanced reader copy and let them read it, because that was just pretty freaky. They're talking about it, and I'm just staring at Issa like, what? And they had, beautiful crystal goblets for water, and the high back chair with the big long table, and had books and, stacked in between. And they were sitting at the other end of the table when we were talking, and the whole room is just gorgeous. It's like this dark wood with dark blue for up top, and it's like 10 foot ceilings easy. All antiques and everything was beautiful. But the store is amazing. I'll post a link to it, and they are the sweetest people, and they have the coolest stuff in the store. They're very unique, and just had a wonderful time. The tea we had was, I'll link to it, was orange rosemary caramel, and it actually had caramel chunks in it, which I didn't realize.
Yeah, I read briefly the description. It's orange zest and caramel. Yeah, in that.
And with rosemary, and it was just like, you have to link me to this tea. This is so good. But we felt very spoiled, and it was really nice. And we both kind of dressed the part. Issa got all steampunked out a little bit, but we had a really good time. I have started sketching again. I have you can't see it, but I have the mount for the iPad set up on top of my desk. And last night I actually did some actual analog drawing and sketching. I still don't have the computer yet. We're getting there. And I had done some actual drawing. I want to get the watercolors out, but I've got to find the watercolors. For some reason, they have gone AWOL. So I did that one. It will probably be a card. This is Grow Where You Are. And then I'd done a bunny sketch just to get warmed up. And then this one I did the other day. So I actually, Issa and I are getting tattoos for her 21st birthday. She wants to get matching tattoos with me. That was her idea. So we're doing 3 little 4-point stars. And her new job has 0 problem with tattoos or colored hair or anything. She's getting ready to go purple again. So we're going to do the stars. And then we decided that we want to get chamomile, which Josh calls chamomile, which just cracks me up. Chamomile. So we're getting chamomile tattoos, and possibly a chamomile with our favorite flower. So I actually have one drawn with chamomile and then a sunflower mixed in. So have been drawn again, and so that should be fun. We'll do that here probably in a couple of weeks. I think she wants to do it on her birthday, but I don't think we're gonna. I think we're gonna probably go before then. But there's a place in Lexington that I want to say Charmed Life Tattoo. They have a couple of different tattoo places in Lexington, and there's one that their fine line person really stands out. So we're gonna go check them out and see if we can get in there. What else has been going on? We've been doing a lot of stuff.
I hear, and I just found this last night, they are working on a Mandalorian RPG. An MMO RPG, like computer, like Xbox.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. And
Please,
right
Star
now,
Wars,
I would
please,
just
Star Wars Galaxies, please.
Right now, I would just call it rumor, but I can't even remember
It's
the
like
name
a Firefly
of
MMO that never
all you'd
happened.
have to do is type in Mandalorian RPG or MMORPG, and it should pull up some article on it on like BuzzWire or one of those others.
Because if it's tabletop,
came across
I'm
it
all
last
over
night.
it anyway. But if it's
the guy MMO Byte that I watch for all the game and anime RPG stuff posted about it yesterday, as late as yesterday. I've been running around in an older, and by older I mean like 2016 isometric anime RPG that looks a lot like Ragnarok Online or
it kind of had Diablo vibes.
Maybe one of the really early Final Fantasy games where they all look kind of chibi with their eyes are kind of round.
And he's got a panda. He's got a red panda mount.
I have a little red panda mount, and it follows me around everywhere with the little bedroll on its back, and you sit on it.
Now, what's the other game? A4 or
V4.
V4.
V4 is the other one. That one is all auto.
Is it a
You can play it non-auto, but it's actually a mobile game, and it's pretty much like you hit auto, and it does most of the stuff for you.
Yeah, the graphics on it are insane.
Oh, yeah. The mobile games have amazing graphics, but they...
I would love it if it was Galaxies.
But...
Yeah, don't let Sony have it. We won't talk about the combat. We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about...
We don't talk about the combat upgrade.
Yeah, because right now, as it is, other than the stuff that came out from EA that's Battlefront, and the only real decent Star Wars MMO games right now, and even then I include Old Republic on this list only because so many people still play it, even if they play it free. Although you get a lot if you do pay it and pay the subscription for that. I have, you have like full access to like the credits that you've earned in game and everything, and the storage and all of that, and it's all the bells and whistles are unlocked. When you're playing free, it's like a drudgery, but like literally you can spend $5 on their store for the little coins or whatever, and it gives you what's called preferred status. It unlocks.
And you only have to do it once.
The limit of your credits that you can have in your bank immediately. If you're subbed, though, you have access to like all of the money that you saved.
Yeah.
Whatever, that could be millions and millions of credits. But if you're playing free to play, I think the limit is 200,000 or 250,000 or something like that. It's really low, and people on the market just will price things over what a free player can access at one time, which is sad.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to getting back to Guild Wars 2 because we actually have Val has been logging in. He hasn't been playing since I haven't been playing. I don't think anybody in the guild really has been playing. I have one person that's actually said the other day is like, I keep waiting for your status on Twitch to change because I want to play with you.
Yeah.
But the once I get the computer back, I'm thinking I might do a 12-hour binge and play a bunch of different games. We'll see. That'll be a good test right out the box, whether or not it's going to deal with it. But I'd rather know right off the bat than have it work for me
right.
for 6 months and then die again. But well, that's why I'm getting the better graphics card too. It'll handle it, and a bigger box. The problem with this micro tower is everything was packed so tight in there that overheating, I think, became a problem, and it was melting down the graphics card. But yes, it'd be very nice to see me play games. The games are my sanity. Just being able to run around and randomly adventure, and hang out with everybody on Discord and be able to play, games with my husband, because I met him in Star Wars Galaxies 17 years ago. And but Guild Wars 2, he's been logging in to pick up my dailies and stuff.
Just collect the daily every day.
Yeah, so
the
I've been
login
stashing
reward.
stuff since I can't use it. I've been stashing stuff in the guild's roster, but not really. We don't have guild bank yet.
The materials
tab for the guild. So I'm hoping by the time I get in and can play again, we'll have a lot of what we need, or I can get what we need for the mine, for the guild bank. I'll have enough coin by the time I get back in to be able to get the guild bank and stuff.
We're both
if we sell the coins.
We're both over 40 mystic coins right now.
Yeah, and this,
I've been stashing all mine.
And this
too,
sell for like 2 or 3 gold a piece.
Yeah,
so plus we can transfer to gems, so you have in-game currency without having to spend real money. And that's what a lot of people have been doing, is just getting the gold and doing the gems.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking forward to coming back, very much so. Plus, I have work and stuff to do that's been waiting for me patiently. Most of what I'm doing right now, I'm working on a children's book for somebody, and I'm working on a board game. And I had to stop drawing on the iPad because, for Twitch stream, because I'm down to 1 gig of memory, and I'm having to purge a bunch of stuff on my iPad, because if the iPad goes, I'm mostly dead in the water. I can do some stuff on my phone, but it's an older phone. We're about to upgrade them, because it's like seriously outdated LG that gives Issa and I hassles all the time, and hers is actually worse than mine. But we'll upgrade the phones, and
hers feels like she never has a charge.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's just because she never bothers to plug it in, or if she's just on it all the time.
No.
But I know she's not on it all the time.
It doesn't hold
it doesn't seem to have the battery yours does.
Yeah, it doesn't hold a charge very well anymore. But being able to have, that as kind of an extra computer helps, because I can do stuff on the go. I don't have to worry about ever needing a laptop again, because I have the iPad and the phone. So it's freedom. So, but hopefully here soon, we'll have everything that we need to get the computer, and I will be back on track. So, it's just faster for me to have the desktop, because I can have multiple things going versus trying to do it on the iPad. And most times mobile doesn't work well with stuff. Like, I can't edit websites. I can't do, a lot of the stuff that I need to do in an easy way. I have to jump through 15 hoops to be able to do it on the iPad, and then I have to try and reset or correct stuff on my phone. So it's been very, very, very stressful. So
you trying to post on
better.
Facebook on the group the other night.
Oh my gosh.
You had to get on my computer, and then you still needed your phone for 2-factor. It was like, and then it was still giving you a hassle that you weren't like the head of the group. So
yeah,
but
nothing's changed on admin. Nobody has hacked into the account, but it wasn't letting me create an event within the group
within
for
your
the brown
own
codes.
Group.
Yeah, so it was on 3 different accounts.
Yeah.
On the page, my personal account, and on Renmeleon, and all 3 are admin. Yeah. So it was just, so doing anything on mobile is not fun. Not really. But we're going to let y'all go for today. We will be back next Thursday with more acquisitions from Hierophany and Hedge, and probably
The other
from
bookstore.
the other bookstore. So Mother's Day is this weekend, so make sure you call your mama.
McCall's.
And
McCall's
do something
bookstore.
nice for mom. So we are going to be visiting McKay's bookstore in Knoxville.
McKay's, I'm sorry.
And it is basically Walmart, only books. So it's a used bookstore. They have, the second floor has like LPs all down the one wall.
2 floors.
And I think CDs maybe, but it's definitely like the majority of it is all LPs.
LP.
Yeah, Augur hooked me up with a book that I'll talk about next week because I'm going to start reading it soon because I'm already excited about it. But so we'll probably have acquisitions from McKay's this weekend, and then Sunday is brown coat bowling also for Mother's Day. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a good weekend. Going to be a very relaxing weekend for me because I don't have any meetings and I don't have anything I have to do. So, but love y'all. Stay well, stay safe, and wear your mask. Even if you don't do it for you, do it for somebody else. Wash your hands and take care of each other. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.